Here's why this is important. The number one question we answer based on relationship alone is, am I worth it? Do I matter? Yeah? Kids also answer some very important things as well, like, is this world a safe or scary place? They answer that question based on how the big people in their world have treated them. Yeah? So if you think about some of the kids you've been concerned about in your communities or in the organizations that your kids sort of are involved in, how do they answer that question? Is this world a safe or scary place? How do they answer that question? Am I worth it? Because the kids who are easy to let them know they matter aren't the ones who need it the most. Yeah? The ones who smell good and are regulated. Hello, nice to see you, Mr. S. Thanks for coaching my team today. Hey, so good to see you. Those kids, they got some emotional regulation skills. The little dudes who are losing their friggin' mind all the time, those are the ones that are a bit harder to connect to. Yeah? They need it the most because that is the only way they learn this thing called emotional regulation. Here's a quote by Yuri Bronfenbrenner. He's dead. Every time I ever give a talk, I use this quote because it is changed my life. I'm writing a book. This is the title of my book, First, Last, and Always. Because this guy changed my life. And most everybody we're going to talk about today is dead because this isn't new. You know this. You actually can do this so well with everybody else's children. When you get invested in a relationship, you lose all skills a lot of the time, okay? Like I might have done this morning when I lost my friggin' mind on my kid, and I'll tell you about that later. So here's the only thing a kid needs to develop in a healthy way. He started the American Head Start program in the 50s, okay? And he built the whole program based on this premise. The only thing a kid needs to develop in a healthy way is that somebody has got to be crazy about them, yeah? First, last, and always. That's it. End of story. And I mean like light up crazy. You understand me? Like when you haven't seen your baby for a long time and they come to you like this. What do? Yeah, you light up. That's what I'm talking about, light up. Now your light up doesn't need to look like my light up, which is usually like, ah! Your light up. My dad's light up was like, hey, Joe. I knew he was in the game. That's you understand? Your light up is, I know I matter. Yeah? No matter what, you're light up crazy about me. And see, we all want this. We want somebody to be crazy about us, right? This is why people have dogs. Yeah? Because it doesn't friggin' matter what you do at the run of a day. You come home, what does your dog do? Right? It's lighting up crazy. It's delightful. And the kids who are hardest to give it to, right, are the ones that we often don't do this very well for. So I often tell your teachers when I get to come into their classrooms, I say, the ones named Taylor are really kind of easy. This is my general sense of treating and assessing over 1,000 kids. Taylor with the pigtails, cute, she smells good, everything's cool, yeah? She comes in on time, she's regulated. See, she likes to tell you things about her night. Like, I did all of my reading, and I skipped ahead a few chapters, and we did some gluten-free baking for the church. Just brought you a brownie. You're like, hey, good job, kiddo. High five. Have a seat. Yeah? Now, 20 minutes late, in blows my personal favorite guy. His name is either Chase or Jackson with an X or Damien. And I've had a couple of Rileys climbing up as well, but we'll go with those top three. They roll in like there is a small fire, and they have something to say. So one boot is in the boot room, the backpack is wide open, and they say things like, I got a Pokemon! So typically how we respond to these dysregulated babies, so the difference between A and B, or like Taylor and Chase, is that Taylor's regulated and she has a story to tell you. Chase has a story to tell you, but he's dysregulated. We don't tolerate that well, see. That is not appropriate. That's not a good choice. You don't come into a classroom dysregulated. And you're right. That's not a good choice, right? That isn't okay. It is not if I'm going to address it, it's when. Because usually what I do with this baby is I say things like, look at me. The public system does this, not the Catholic. You're welcome, Chief. Should have bought me at least 5 more swear words, don't you think? So those public guys do this. They're like, hey, Chaser, look at me. Oh, no, no, zip it. Zip it. Not time to talk about Pokemon. No, no, bip, bip. You're in the red. Where do your boots go? Yep. Okay, so we're going to use some OT strategies that's in your IPP, and we're going to march back to the locker, okay? All right, let's go. Yeah? Now, best of intention, yeah? Because they know that dysregulation isn't going to serve this baby well. So in an effort to teach regulation, we're going to tell him he's not making a good choice and get him back to his locker. We've missed a very important part. Yeah? What he wants to tell you. His sense of worthiness, yeah? That he's important too. That I will get to teaching you regulation. It is not if I'm going to do that, it's when. It's how, yeah? See, that's the mistake in the behavioral model, is we've assumed for a very long time that if we don't catch that behavior immediately, they'll turn into psychopaths that's going to take over every friggin' classroom. You'll lose your power. Don't let those little buggers run over you. Do you understand me? And they say things like consequences must be immediate, because if you waste any time, they will forget what it's for. See, they're not a dog, okay? You actually need to regulate them before they understand what the consequence is for. Yeah? They don't have any capacity immediately to know what's happening. Yeah? So there's a massive difference. We also say planned ignoring is something we should do when kids are not making good choices. That works for dogs sometimes. It doesn't work for kids, because I take my cues from what is acceptable behavior from you. And if you're ignoring me, I have no idea what that means to you. Is this good? Is this bad? Well, I don't know. You're just checked out. You might as well look at your phone, because I can't understand what do you need from me? Yeah? Because this is how I regulate emotion in relationship, in the context of you telling me, is this a good choice? Yeah? It's just like when I say a joke up here, I'm looking at your eyes, right? Was that too far? Ooh, pretty good. No, this one's like, bad, you're not coming back, right? I'm checking in with the chief every once in a while. So if he was planned ignoring and he's looking at his laptop, I wouldn't have a clue whether he's just getting a very big email or if he's trying to give me the message that, like, shut her down, sister. I don't know. I don't know how to interpret what that, do you understand me? So kids have a hard time appreciating what we want from them unless we assist them in that process. And when we teach them when they're regulated, that's where they learn. So this idea of being crazy is the fundamental thing that becomes really important in relationships and that we've lost entirely. Okay? Speaking of which, here's the other hardest people it's hard to give it to. Does anybody own a spouse? You got one of them. All right, very good. So here, I'm going to give you a little trick on how to keep them, okay? So this is your homework, Calgary. I gave your last set of parents this as well. When you go home tonight, is it Tuesday? Tuesday night in Calgary, you are going to come through the door and make eye contact with your significant other, even if you brought them here, because they'll forget by the time you get home. And when you see them, you're going to do this. Baby, come here. Come here. Come here. And you're going to hang on for the 15 seconds you're supposed to hang on for, okay? And you're going to say something like, honey, I am just so glad I married you. I feel so blessed that I married you, and I don't care what my mother says. This was the best choice of my life. Okay? So what are they going to say? Are you loaded because you're only nice to me when you're drunk? What's wrong with you? What do you want? My husband always says to me, what did you buy? Yeah. Huh? Here's what breaks my heart about this. The people we love the most, the people we've decided most of the time to have children with, are suspicious when we're kind. Huh? It's heartbreaking to me that the people we are in houses with every single day wonder what's wrong when we're nice. That's a problem, see? That's the epitome of disconnect for me. That there was a time where there was something in that relationship that brought you joy. Yeah? Now you're hoping they're going to get your planned ignoring cues. Yeah? I don't like you anymore. Yeah? Because I'd like you to change. Like when you didn't blow your nose like that, you don't have friggin' allergies. You didn't have allergy. Anyways, never mind. Okay, so because here's the really important thing about the relationship with our partners is that, you know, we teach our kids what we teach our kids, they're going to give to our grandchildren. You can't give away something you've never received. So if nobody has ever been kind to you or taught you empathy or apologized, you can't give that away. Yeah? You have to experience what it's like to know how to give those things away. So in this province, in this country, we have multi-generations of abuse, neglect, and trauma. And we are just shocked when things don't change in specific cultures. We're like, let's just give them more programs and more money. That is not going to assist any change. What is going to assist in change is when I say, come here, babe, you got this. Come on now. Here's what we need to do. One more time. Come on. Yeah? We do not do that now. We apprehend kids from parents who we don't assume are making good choices, and then we treat the kids. That's dumb. Because I can keep your kid, I say that a lot, which is a word I don't like even, but anyway, okay. I can keep your kid in therapy till they're 65, see? And it's not going to matter if I send them home to Afghanistan every night. If I send them into a classroom of educators who feel unappreciated and exhausted and overworked and overwhelmed. Yeah? It doesn't matter what I do with that kid. See, the kids are not the problem. It is the people who hold them. And when we pour resources into the people who hold them and remind them that they're amazing, that their babies just need them, that they're enough, again and again and again and again, our kids are going to be okay. Yeah? In my practice, at various times in my career, I've had maybe a caseload of 70 or 80 people, and I claim to be a child psychologist. Most of the time, of those 70 people, I'll see maybe 3 kids, because the kids are not the problem. But we don't understand that fully yet, certainly in this province, because Child and Family Services has a really hard time funding any of us to see parents. They will fund us to see kids, but not parents. So oftentimes I lie. Are you seeing the kid? Yes. You assess the kid? Yeah. And I meet with their parents, because that's who, I'm just kidding. Nobody write that down. That's a very bad lie. Somebody needs to do a lap around the beads for me on that one. It's very bad. So just so we're clear, I am Catholic, and which I don't know what gives me any more capacity to make Catholic jokes, but I know we're going to get feedback around that, so I was just trying to soften it. Okay.